Eric's got to eat.
Hello there. It's a great day for a great day, if we don't crash. Today we're headed to a place called LaFonda Latina. It's a mixing of 3 countries of Spain, Cuba, and Mexico. And the dishes that they put together are just wonderful. And it reminds me of the Latin phrase on our coins, which is e pluribus unum. That's one thing that's on all U.S. coins. And it means from the many, one. And so what happens when people cook a lot of times is we get many cultures that bring their dishes together and spices together and prepare stuff that is really quite tasty. So maybe a different way to interpret the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, but we're going to do it today. So come on, let's go to LaFonda Latina and enjoy some good food. All right, so this is the place and it's fantastic. It's crowded. You can see it's lunchtime here. Cars in the parking lot, always a good indicator at lunchtime. If you go to a restaurant that doesn't have cars in the parking lot, it's probably not that great a place. All right, here we are. Inside or outside? Here we are. Yeah. Now here we are. We're outside here by the street. I'm gonna order a tea, like I always do. They've already brought the chips and the salsa. I kicked over the chair, you probably saw that. What can I say? I should have been a stunt man. Here's the menu. I'm gonna put a straw in the drink first so that I can sip while you look at the menu. All right. And of course, we've got the obligatory salsa. Look how chunky that is. And chips, which are thin and warm, really good. Set those over here for a minute and let you look at the menu.
What are you eyeballing today?
I am eyeballing the paella. Paella is a traditional Spanish dish, but you don't find it in a lot of restaurants because it's kind of involved to make it. But they've got it here, and they do it really, really well. So I'm going to set that aside and try a chip. Look at it. See how hot it is. Fresh tomato, really good. A little heat from the pepper. And a lot of cilantro and herbs. Really good, really different. Double dipping, pardon me. Let's try it. Ready to order, absolutely. We're going to do the paella with the chicken and the chorizo and the
regular paella.
Regular paella, yeah. That's it. Right. It's just hot enough. The tomatoes are so fresh, it's unbelievable. That is refreshing. This reminds me a lot of a gazpacho cold soup. You wouldn't think it would be good soup, you'd think of being hot, but like a gazpacho is kind of like a cold, fresh tomato-based soup. This is good, I could drink it. Oh yeah. And what does every mom tell her kids at a place like this?
Okay.
Don't fill up on the chips and salsa. It'll spoil your appetite. I don't think I've spoiled an appetite in my entire life. They always come back with a vengeance. Is that not great?
Delicious, it's fresh.
So looking around at how great today is, one of the things that always hits me in the spring is when you start smelling the smells of spring. Like, tell me if this rings a bell for you. Like in the fall, when you smell leaves burning, or in the summer, grass mowing, or in the spring, when people are staying out late at the parks now and walking more, and the grass is starting to get mowed, or mown, mowed, I think. Let's go with mowed. Anyway, when grass is getting mowed and you smell it, it takes you right back to, at least, I won't say it takes you back, it takes me back to when I was a kid and growing up, because it's just something about the way smells are burned into our memories. In fact, did you know, in addition to music, smells are one of the things that Alzheimer's patients seem to still remember. Smells and music seem to stay put in the memories of Alzheimer's patients. The connection is so strong, which is kind of cool. But I remember thinking about grass when I was about 15. I don't know about you, but I always tried to work whenever I could. We did not have a ton of money, and so I always tried to work to make money so that I could spend it on stuff that I liked, not have to be told, no, you can't have that. But one of the things I did was mow grass. It started in the spring and then went all the way to the summer. But one year, after I'd been doing it for a couple of summers, I got particularly bold, and I thought, hey, I'm going after an apartment complex. Yeah. So I went to this giant, what to me was giant. Anyway, it was multiple units, probably 250 units, double two-story houses all on a campus. And I remember that in negotiating the deal, we came up with $25 would be reasonable. That tells you how old I am. But anyway, so when I was at school, I asked my buddy, I said, hey, I got this job. Would you want to go halves on it? All we got to do is mow grass. He said, that'd be great. In fact, I've got a riding lawnmower. It's like, you're in instantly. It's a team. So the day comes, we're ready to go. We show up at Saturday morning, 9 o'clock. No David. 9:30, no David. So I call, and I finally get a hold of him, and he says, oh yeah, I can't do that. I'm going to Panama City. Yes, Panama City, the redneck Riviera. That's where he was going with his family. He had to go. I said, what about the commitment? What about the promise you made? He said, yeah, sorry about that. Life lesson number one about mowing grass. Make sure your partners are with you on property when you're ready to do the work. It took me like a week to mow this grass. All I had was a push mower, and it was like a full block of grass, and then I had to edge it. Oh my goodness. Woo. That was an experience. And I just remember thinking, this is never going to end. But it did. And I went to get my money, and when I went to the office, there was the administrator, what would you call it? Not the landlord. I guess you just ran the office. I don't know what you're called.
Office manager?
Office manager, let's go with that. Anyway, she was in her swimsuit because she was catching rays by the pool. To be continued.
Paella?
Oh yeah, thank you. Perfect. Beautiful. Check this out. Wow, look at this. So let's see. So you got some chicken in there. Got some shrimp. Got some calamari, it looks like. And I think there's some andouille sausage in there too. Somewhere in there. And this, by the way, is really hot. There's a reason there's a mitt on it. All right. All right. I'm going to put this over here. Ow. Yikes. Really good, huh?
Real good.
Yeah. I don't know. Wow. So that little thing is calamari. That's a slice of it. Really sticks to your ribs. Got the shrimp. Man, this is hot. The rice is like a comfort food. It's really good. So my producer decided to get some tacos too. So take a look at these. So I got to finish the grass story here. So anyway, I go inside to get paid. Sorry. Hey, are you noticing this? Anyway, I go in, I see the office manager. She's wearing her swimsuit because when she's not working on stuff in the office, she's laying out by the pool. Turns out I know her daughter from school. She's in there. And when I explain, well, I'm here, I finally finished after a week. She says, well, let me get you a check. And somebody knocks on the office door and she asks her daughter, who is it? The daughter recognizes the tenant and says, it's so-and-so. And she says, oh, I don't want to talk to him. Let's all hide. So we all squat down in the office hiding because this guy is like looking through the mail slot, reaching through. It's kind of weird. I got my 25 bucks. I said, why don't we call this the end of our agreement? And I didn't ever cut that apartment complex yard again with a push mower. True story. My hand up. All right, I think that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this home with me. So it's a good second meal. Warms up great in the microwave. Oh, there's some of the sausage. So good. Quick shout out to those of you that shared with us the Smoky Mountains for a vacation spot. Really, really agree with you. That's a beautiful, beautiful area. How are the beans?
I'm good. Want to taste it?
Yeah, if I good. I think one of my favorite places actually is the beach, but not a real crowded beach. Like I wouldn't like to go, when it's just people on top of people. And as far as beaches go, I like the Gulf Coast of Florida because the sand, the waves aren't as big as in other places, but the sand is just so nice. So I enjoy that a lot. The food is always good. I'm gonna grab another bite here. So my producer was saying he had a particular song that he wanted to use for the background of this clip here. And it made me think about the cultural blend of music. And anyway, it reminded me that this last week I had run across a song. Tell me if this ever happened to you. I ran across a song and I loved it, but I didn't know the name of it, and it's an instrumental. I couldn't put a phone like Siri up to it and say, what song is this? I didn't have one with me, but I knew what TV show had used it. So I looked it up and found it. The song is the soundtrack from a movie called Il Postino, or Postino, The Postman. And it's written by a guy named Luis Baklava. No, that can't possibly be. Well, I think it's Baklava. Baklava. It's Luis Baklava. Check it out. We'll post a link in the below so you can find it and enjoy it. It turns out Luis Baklava made his living writing soundtracks for spaghetti westerns. So that was kind of interesting. We all have work that we love to do and then work that we do just to pay the bills. I suspect the spaghetti westerns were to pay the bills. Hey, another fan. If you listen to the music behind this, let my producer know that you really like his choice. Beautiful day. I've enjoyed our time together. I want to remind you of E Pluribus Unum, from the many, one, all these things make one great dish. Remember this, life is short. I hope you enjoy every meal.